All right, let's talk about food. We believe here at Elemental Natural Medicine that food is medicine, right? Food can also be poison. So when we start working with folks, the first thing we want to do is stop the poisoning. Our body is our temple, right? And so if we're putting in the wrong foods, we're going to have a lot of problems with our health, whether it's sooner or later. You're gonna pay for it one way or the other, right? So we like to use food as medicine. Food is very healing. Um, just to give you an example of that, I had a gal I was working with who had cystic acne and had tried a lot of different things, been to a lot of different doctors. And basically, we boiled down to the fact that in this particular gal's case, that the reason for her acne, often acne is due to things like hormone imbalances, for example, or poor dietary health. In her case, that was the case. So, gut and liver problems often show up on the skin. Sometimes acne will develop with infections or exposures to mold. But in this particular gal's case, it was really because of her diet. And she never really took eating, she never really thought as food as anything more to just then survive. It was just a function of being able to stay awake, stay alive, and keep moving. But when you really utilize the concept of food as medicine, it's very, very powerful because plants, plant-based diets, I mean, things that come from the earth are really what we want in our body. That's what our body recognizes as food. I mean, when there's more than 5 ingredients and you can't pronounce them and they're in a box or a bag or some other container, usually they're not good for our body. We probably shouldn't be eating them. And realizing that most of the food supply looks like that now, right? We go to the supermarket and we're like, well, what am I supposed to eat? And well, usually it's the perimeter. You want to stay in the veggies and in the fruit section because those are real foods. So it comes back to basics. Eat real food. Harder to execute, but it's really the gold, and the your longevity depends on it because most chronic illness today can be tracked back to our diets, the food system, what we're putting in our bodies. So food is medicine. Here at Elemental Natural Medicine, we really utilize that concept to its fullest. We start to heal the body when we start to change our nutrition. And the opposite is also true. Maybe a number of years ago, some of you remember that movie called Super Size Me. This is a movie where he goes to McDonald's for 3 meals a day for 30 days in a row, and he measures his vital signs before, during, and after. And by the end of that 30 days, he is in rough shape. He's got high blood pressure, his cholesterol's through the roof, he's just feeling lousy. So it's an extreme example, but it just illustrates how food can be poison or food can be medicine. And so we want to utilize the medicine concept because that's where you're going to heal and that's where you're going to stay healthy and achieve all of your health goals. I'm Dr. Lane with Elemental Natural Medicine.